making sure everything is connected so we can get this thing started. And yes, we are. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. This is the EJ2 Productions, and yes, this is the Thursday night draw, Ninja Turtles edition, and we're gonna be doing one of my favorite turtles from the franchise, which is Donatello. So you guys know, if you played the video games in the past, then you will know that his bow staff has the longest reach, despite him being slow. And what can I say, that he's one of my favorite ones? So I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like start this slow. Excuse me for my stuttering. I'm just gonna go and follow the outlines when it comes to shading. And let's just say the black actually works with any color pencil. And as expected, my color pencil broke. That's your typical Crayola. But Prismacolor does the same thing too, so I can't really sharpen this properly. Hope y'all can see. Now, I want to talk to y'all about what happened last night with the Snyder's Cut and the whole situation between Geeks and Gamers and Zack Snyder. Some people said that Zack was wrong for saying what he said. Some people thought that, he was under a lot of pressure due to what happened to him and stuff. But I really don't think that's the case, really. Because, one, Zack Snyder has been going through a lot after losing his daughter to suicide, and the company just completely dogged him, when they basically refused to do any, have him do some finishing touches on the Snyder's Cut, which I haven't seen yet, or what I'm going to in the near future. And I did not see the whole stream last night, but I can tell you that a lot of people were really upset with Zack Snyder for what he did. When he said that geeks and gamers and them were like killers and all that craziness. And I just find it weird that Zack would even say something like that, considering that he just came back and just created one of the best DC films, the Snyder's Cut version of the Justice League. And I find that sad that, a guy that didn't really have respect could end up not respecting people in general. But not saying that he's a villain in this, though. He's not. But the true villains are the company itself, Warner Brothers. I feel as if they completely dodged the bullet with them and not allowing him to, you know, they basically just weren't allowing him to do what he wanted with the film. And the Geeks and Gamers, they, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, I feel like he felt as if Zack pretty much did him dirty after they pretty much donated all of their money to the charity, you know, because it was important. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. If I want to know that, man, I would not be supporting Zack Snyder, but I wouldn't say it was, what I'm saying? I can't really put it all on him because he really did went through all of this, you know. And like I said, a lot of people got upset that he dissed Jeremy. And here's the thing, I used to subscribe to his channel at one point. Because I watched his videos and I sometimes agreed, and I disagreed. But I kind of much had to take a break from his channel though, because I don't want to get into that politics though. But hey, I mean, to each his own, right? And I was watching other YouTubers' opinions on what happened between Zack Snyder and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. And like I said, some people thought that Zack Snyder was in the wrong for what he did. But a lot of people don't realize that Zack was basically under pressure for battling out with Warner Brothers, and they completely done Zack's wrong. He clearly had a good vision for his movie. Let me hurry up and speed this up. I'm talking. So apparently he pretty much had his own vision for the Justice League movie, right? And he pretty much just showed, look, my vision is better. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna make it better. And he pretty much just proved everybody that he can make a better comic book movie than what Joss Whedon did, despite what happened. I still don't like the 2017 movie. I just felt as if the film had no business being made in the first place, if you know what I mean. So here I am. I just used the black because, like I said, the black works with every color pencil that you can use. It's all about being creativity. You know what I'm saying? And the way I did it, I pretty much just had to make sure that everything was blended out instead of just leaving it more blank, looking at weird as usual. Because with these Crayolas, you don't really blend well, but you have to learn to just work with them and try to blend them through. And you sometimes have to put extra pressure on certain colors that wouldn't work. And I think to me, that's really what's most important, just making sure the colors pop. Because if you look at Donatello's skin, his is not like the others. His is more like a beige green. Then, now here I am, just going in circles. It's really important to do this erosions like this. So that way you'll be able to leave room for all different sorts of colors if you want to blend. And this is the type of technique that I love using the most. I learned from all the other artists who were experts in color pencils. So I'm slowly getting better at them. So you want to make sure that all of them has the smoothest technique as possible, especially if you're using green. All right, so now we're on to the, I guess you can say, this is palm leaf. So this is pretty much a good color for Donatello. And once again, I'm going in circles. You want to make sure that the green is blended all the way through. I should have used Prismacolor, but I wanted to use Crayola because I wanted to see how this one can turn out. That's what I should have put in the title. drawing Donatello using Crayola pencils. And I've seen a lot of artists use Crayolas in the past, and they're pretty much masters of using color pencils in terms of blending wise. So I am you once again using circular erosions. I do have to warn y'all that once you keep doing this, your hand is going to get really tiring. So the best thing to do is just take a 5 second break and then you get back to it. So you'll be able to still have that same energy as you did when you first began your process. You know what I'm saying? So for the last one, I'm gonna use yellow, just your basic yellow. And yellow really works with green. So I'm just gonna leave this here with a top. And sometimes a lot of people don't realize that yellow can also work with whites in terms of blending with um, green and red mixed with orange. Because the light source is coming from the top right here. So I'm gonna make sure that the light source is coming from the left side right here. And I'm gonna try to make sure that the shadow stays on the right side. Because if you remember when Donatello is standing on top of a roof, the roof, excuse me, then you will know that the lights will be on the roof as well. And that's basically where the light source is coming from, as I stated before. So once again, finish off with the circle erosions. It's really cool and it's really easy that you could use this technique if you want to make sure the color pencils are blending. Or you could just use oil, you know what I'm saying, the paint thinners. And that's the thing though. One day I was watching videos on YouTube and I've seen professional artists use paint thinners to blend Crayola pencils. And you can also do that with crayons as well. Did you know that? So I'm gonna show my pencils once again. So whenever you want to color the outlines, you want to make sure that it's pretty much front and center, if you know what I mean. So this is the way, I learned, while watching other artists on YouTube, because as a YouTuber, you want to watch other content creators and learn from them, so that way when you practice your editing skills and your drawing skills, you'll be able to get better in no time. So I think I pretty much prefer to just watch and learn before I do anything. That's basically what I've learned growing up. Just watch and learn instead of just going in and doing your own thing without even having a knowledge of, you know, try and be really careful is not use up all the blacks, or could just use up like the other blacks. Same thing like I did, just like with the forehead. I'm used. Now you want to make sure that whenever you're using or coloring small areas like this, try not to do like this because you don't want this green to be all over his face. So I'm carefully using medium pressure or light pressure so that I can leave room for the rest of the colors. Now I'm using the leaf color, doing the same thing, circles. It's really easy once you like use any kind of different, whether it's cheap or expensive. Try to use like, you know, the circle techniques to have it blend through. If you catch my drift, LOL. I'm just messing with y'all. Hope y'all can see. I'm really liking how this is coming out so far. Again, as long as I'm taking my time doing it right, it's really what that matters to be honest. So now here's the tricky part. We're gonna focus on the mouth here. So what I'm gonna do is same thing with the forehead and the side face, coloring the mouth or his upper lip. I sometimes think that Ninja Turtles don't even have lips. Do they or should they? I forgot this part was more difficult as well. Now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this over so that it could be a little bit more easy for me to blend. Now that way I can get a better view of what I'm doing. Let me clean this off for a minute. Oh, that's just one of my ones that I've done in the past. All right, so uh, about the mouthpiece. So this is how I'm gonna do it. Now you see the way I'm doing it, right? With the mouthpiece. Now I'm carefully just using light pressure so that I can use that beige green like I did earlier. I really want y'all to just try to enjoy what I'm doing. It's like I'm drawing and I'm teaching you at the same time. Maybe I should consider myself as a teacher. I probably just stick to just being a student. So I'm just showing you all how I blend with color pencils. But like I said earlier about what happened to Geeks and Gamers, I don't think. I mean, Zach, was he wrong with doing that? Yeah, but I don't think it was a personal attack. I think he was just under pressure and stuff, considering everything he's been through in his personal life. But the true villain is the Warner Brothers, the company itself. I mean, yeah, they're coming out with Mortal Kombat movie, but still, you pretty much done Zach dirty. And I think that's why he was the way he was last night. I mean, I don't have the money to be donating to people's charities or streams though, but all I could do is just give them my level of support, and that's about it. But besides what happened, I don't think I can see myself donating to people. And I'm glad that the Snyder's Cut movie did well. It's doing great thus far. A lot of the feedbacks about it. You know, they still enjoyed the movie overall. But me, I haven't seen it yet. But when I do, I'm gonna get my full review of it. Whether spoiler or non-spoiler. So I wonder what's gonna happen if I use like paint thinners to blend Crayolas in, like I do with crayons as well. If you watch my art videos in the past, then I have used like oils to blend Crayola crayons, especially when I do my Power Ranger characters in the backgrounds. As far as the clouds goes. Same thing when I'm doing with the circle emotions like this. It's really easy once you practice it. And once you do that, you might want to use like medium pressure when I'm doing right here. And I sometimes realize that I don't think, a lot of professional artists realize that if you use Crayola pencils, you gotta know how to use them like I'm doing right here. Now here's a little trick I've learned. If you are using a color like this, like a leaf green, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with this area with the beige, the beige green. And you want to make sure that you're circling all the way through, so you make sure that it's blended all the way before you can go even further. Same thing using with with the mouth. Once you're done with the bottom part, you want to come all the way up. Oh, my hands getting tired, y'all. Jesus Christ, man. All right. You know what to do with the same thing with the yellow. Now you see how easy it's blending well if you're using the circle technique. If you keep practicing it, I think the chances are it's going to end up looking better once we use the paint thinner. And remembering the light source is coming from the left side or the left corner or the top left corner, whichever you. Like you ever get the feeling when you're an artist and you're trying your hardest to take your time, but once your hands started cramping with blending pencils like this, it becomes very difficult in times. But darn it. I'm so glad I got a new pencil sharpener because the one I got was taking up all my pencils like this. It was not good. So I want to know who's going to be watching the new episode of Down on Fury this weekend with me. Um, who's excited for the new Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge, coming out in, I think, daggone blacks. Try my best to go. Well, try my best not to go crazy, y'all, because once I'm not careful, using colored pencils, there's a possibility that they might break on you though, as long as you're using it right. because these are like made of like wax. They're not like other color pencils brands like Faber Castells and Polychromos. And maybe one day when I have the money, I'll probably want to try them out. But for right now, I'll just use what I have and try to make the best of it. Because as an artist, that's what your job is to do, right? Like I say, like most artists I've seen on YouTube don't know how to use Crayola well. So I'm gonna do a video one day on how to blend with color pencils using Crayolas. So that way they can see what artists like myself can do with Crayolas. But I'm not gonna like make an actual drawing on there just to prove a point. I actually want to show them what I can do with Crayolas. Because as an artist, you gotta know how to like use and blend well, if you know what I mean. Don't mind my parents in the background.
Well, to be fair, it's not that factual. They do take some creative liberties, which I think is. I mean, I saw Prince Harry talk about how like he actually likes The Crown by what he's seen. Like season 4 was particularly spicy because of Princess Diana, and I love Diana. She's like my only favourite royal. The only good one. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are aspects I like about the Queen in terms of like the history of her. Like that's why I love the most is the history of them. That's why I decided to look at fact from fiction from The Crown.
So I think for this part, I'm not gonna like use the yellow. I'm just gonna use this elite green, just to finish it off strong. You want to know what's really difficult of drawing, well, doing realism drawings on Ninja Turtles? It's the fact that their head sculptures can be really hard, in certain areas. But I think once you practice it, you'll be able to get the hang of it. Because you have to remember Crayolas, even though they don't blend well, they were like super waxy. They're just like Prismacolor. Only difference is that Prismacolors, even though they're super waxy, you're also able to blend through, if you know what I mean. Just go to town once you do this part. You don't gotta like add the yellows. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna like go hard with this yellow on this part. All right, so we're done with the head part. I'm just clean this spot over right here. So now I'm gonna use the purple for the bandana. Same thing with the Donatella's part. You color the lines. Excuse me. My apologies, y'all. Brandon, what's up? How you doing? At this point, I don't even care about wrestling anymore because I'm so busy doing other stuff in my life. Like school. Reacting to stuff. Maybe I'll get back into AEW when I get a chance, but right now, I just want to focus on getting through my last class because, after all, this is my last term. So I think that's basically my main focus. You know, of this. Oh, shout out to Tessa Rayo who plays Izzy the Green Dino Theory Ranger. She actually commented on my Instagram post, and she basically loved what I did. When I drew a picture of her as a ranger. I did it my style, and she loved it. And I told her thank you for the love, and I told her that I can't wait to see her in action this weekend. Don't forget, y'all, the new episode of Dino Fury will be airing this Saturday, so make sure you stay tuned for my live reaction and review of it. So yeah, so once again, shout outs to Tessa Rayo for commenting on my photo. It was such a nice of her to do that. I'll tell you what, y'all. By the time 10 o'clock comes, I'm gonna end the stream in part one. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish this off strong. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But not, for right now, I just want to focus on getting this top part in. Now here's the thing. A part of me wanted to draw Michelangelo because of how funny he is. So I said, nah, I'm just gonna draw Donatello because, like I say, he's one of my favorite characters from the Ninja Turtles series. He's smart. He's he builds a lot of technologies for the guys, just like Billy from Power Rangers. He can come up with all sorts of different kinds of weapons to defeat the enemies and stuff. And Donatello, he's pretty much a tech guy. He even invented the turtle comms, aka cell phones. Now it's funny because I tried drawing a Sub Zero, the 2021 version. I think the armor was a bit too much for me, and somehow I was able to draw the Scorpion part because it was easy. It was like the samurai armor. With Sub Zero's case, I might draw him in the future, but for right now, I just want to just make sure that I get this Donatello piece through because I really do love this turtle. Pause. Sign on. All right, so now that I got this his head, his bandana part on his eyes, so now I'm gonna go with the the long part, which is the fun one. I think I pretty much went from talking to just want to like because I'm trying to like yeah, I'm trying to stay focused, if you know what I mean.
is all over her floor.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I was in that girl's apartment. But I'm no rapist. I was casing the alley, saw an open window, figured I could grab a cell phone or some jewelry.
So you didn't know she was home?
Middle of the day, should be at work. I never would have done it. I didn't know she had a dog. Yeah, I'm sure she surprised you. That why you duct tape her eyes and her hands. Told her to be a good girl. I was talking to the dog.
Danny, man, this is an attempted burglary gone bad. He didn't even take anything. He was unarmed. Nothing he did justifies being shot.
All right. Maybe you can help us out with some other burglaries.
9 other victims. Same MO.
You guys are unbelievable. Now you're trying to pin all your open cases on my
We're
client.
saying now that we have his DNA, if there's any match at the other scenes, might be a good time for him to get him done.
I think we're done.
No.
Actually, take a look. Maybe I can help. We appreciate that.
Riverdale, March 1st, 2020.
What do you think?
Benton Park, March 5th.
What's wrong? What's she saying? How about we ask questions? Do you have alibis for these dates of dead? It was a long time ago, so that's enough.
Mott Haven, April 9th.
April 9th. Yeah, remember where you were that night, Dan? Actually, I can. Locked up in Tallahassee. On a B&E.
Nice try. If you're saying that one rapist is good for all of these, then you got the wrong guy.
That B&E story I told. This definitely a bird appendix.
Not Bella Gardner, not if he was locked up April 9th.
Check with Tallahassee PD. So, what else do we have on the other 8 women? There's no DNA on the kids. And tape their eyes, so there's no visual ID.
I'm talking one-on-one. He's not gonna confess to the cop he shot at.
He's not going to confess to anybody. He's a pro.
Who made the mistake of saying the exact same phrase to 8 other women.
Be a good girl. Number 5.
Number 5. Think.
You can take your time.
Maybe 4?
You went fishing. The big one got away. We done.
I will let you know. That was like
Rosie.
Sorry.
It's not you.
Okay. And now, we done.
Great. Thanks, Lieutenant. That was Barrick. The voice ID in the Bronx went a little better. 5 of 7 positively ID Gonzalez.
problem is 3 of 9 didn't, so you can claim reasonable doubt on all of them.
And he has proof that he didn't do one. Tallahassee PD confirms that Gonzalez was locked up in county jail April 2nd to August 18th.
Okay, so he didn't rape Bella Gardner on the night. But the MO is the same? No, not completely. Bella and Rosie both said their assailant hardly spoke and had liquor on his breath.
It's copycat.
Except that it wasn't in the press yet. To the assault in our jurisdiction, Rosie. Gonzalez had an alibi. Airtight as a lockup, but she and Bella had overlap in their disclosures. Go back to Rosie, see if any of the other details dovetail.
You never told me how it went with forced investigation,
No big deal. I told him Motorman said he saw a gun.
but you didn't.
I don't know what was going on.
Officers. Hey, Rosie, sorry to bother you. Just have some follow-up questions.
Oh, I'm already answering them.
Sergeant Moldovan got here ahead of you.
Oh, okay, we must have got our wires crossed. Can we come in?
Yeah, of course.
Boss. Patrol. Should give me a heads up. What are we doing here? Lieutenant Barrick and I decided it might be a good idea to go over the victim statements.
Sergeant Moldovan was explaining that it's normal to be confused after a trauma.
It was.
Just
why he wants me to do the voice sign up again. And that guy that you arrested, the one that dog bit? Yeah, I can pick him up this time. I know I can.
Yeah, I just need something to watch. Sometimes when I do streams, it get really boring and gets really awkward. Is getting to a point where I'm gonna have to turn on something to keep me, you know, motivated. You know what I mean? I'm sure any artist that can relate to my, struggles. Maybe not everybody, but still. I went from being soft with these Crayolas to just burnishing it like crazy. I mean, we're good. Yeah, I think it's coming out pretty well. Like I said, just gotta keep at it. Cause, like I said, by 10 o'clock comes, I'm gonna end this off in part one. And tomorrow, once I come from tutoring, I'm gonna jump right back onto this. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep my promise. I'm not slacking. That's for daggone show.
partner at the hospital.
Gonna keep it safe.
Yeah, he said, tell the get together rape kit before you interview her in person. Make sure you're not exposing yourself. Different times call for different measure rules. You gotta stay alive to do good.
Sounds like it goes above and beyond.
Yeah. He was shaken off. He blames himself for that one.
What is that?
He was at an inward dive bar that night. Thank you. Later, he beat himself up because he was close to the scene. So it's sad his parents could have stopped it.
Hey, the blinds are drawn. What's going on?
Moldovan was at a bar in the neighborhood the night that Rosie was raped. Bruce says that's why he blames himself for wanting to Rosie. Because he cares.
So much. I don't like where this is going.
If Bruce trusts me, I can go back to her. Hold off for now. Thanks, Kat. Good job.
Anyone think this is a coincidence? Bella and Rosie said their rapers was quiet and easily spread.
And we know that Gonzalez is not good for Bella's rape.
Ronald. Got it, Gonzalez.
You're asking? Yeah. Yeah, he could have been trying to kill the guy.
This changes the trajectory of our investigation.
If Moldovan is a copycat, then we need to look into the cases. Those women, they could have just gotten on with their lives, but one little thing and they go running off to the police. They had to live through half of what I had to. That's not why we need to go. Detective Moldovan. I almost forgot. I brought you something.
What's this?
Where were we? Detective Moldovan. He's the one that got me here in the first place. You had a lot to do with it. Tied up in distance, put a black hood over their eyes. Who kept them alive? They couldn't see me. I could go about my business. 6 rapes. Sure. That's what they said. That's what who says. We wanted to talk about Moldovan. In your initial confession, you admitted to 4 of the 6 rapes with your DNA. And then, 2 hours later, you confessed to all 6, including the final 2 that didn't have any DNA. Besides the cookies, what's in it for me? Well, if you believe me anyway, if we can prove that you were forced to confess to a crime that you didn't commit, then I can tell the new Bronx DA to cooperate with us. Okay. Moldovan's like a dog on the bone trying to get the rap for all 6. And I saved the 2 other women from the anguish of blah, blah, blah. Like, that's my problem. Why'd you confess? Moldovan said he'd make sure I got locked up close to home. My mom was sick. She couldn't take no 8 hour bus, right? So, I counted 6. Moldovan opens his drawer, drops me out. My mom passed a month later. She never came to see me once. Just screw Moldovan.
Oh man. Like I said, my hands getting really crampy, y'all. Trying to, take a 15-second rest before I do anything. So Trying to find something good to watch. Hmm.
Fighter, probably. Vault Cobalt says that hat and the shape of your head matches perfectly. It's eerie. That is weird. Also mailing was backers for Havoc will get an exclusive trading card. Parallax Spectre, was a nice little reference to Green Lantern Green Lantern Reaper. Says, I'll bake pies if you hire me. I'll even take Cecil out to get sun and water him so he doesn't dribble and die. It's important that Cecil get out there. Get Over It for $5 says, NPM Comics Maverick's Decimation graphic novel ended the in demand. So back now or lose it forever. Also, Mandy Summer's Pirate Queen ends in demand on April 2nd. Glib Facsimile. Oh, hey, how you doing? Says, thanks for stopping by for Morning Nonsense with LibDev. Working on a comic for Indiegogo. Think Doc Savage and Myths. What say you of this idea? Sounds cool to me. Get a good artist. If you're not an artist, I don't know if you're an artist, but make sure it looks good. Spectrum Ball says, yes, you should seriously invest time on getting your content on alternate sites or get somebody on it and set up a backup way to keep in touch with us. Well, I have, you know what? I do have a bitch account called Fandom Menace. The Fandom Menace is my BitChute account. So if you want to follow me over there, you could. I mean, if something were to happen so that I lost this platform, I'd probably go to BitChute, you know? I'd probably go to DLive. You would find me. I would trust you guys to find me. I'd be happy to work from the ground up again to win back your support. That would be fine. Bro, says Iron Man, geeks and gamers are toxic. Spit on me as a vet after I disagreed in a super chat. Toxic as F. Sorry to hear that. Sucks. Lando Brown says, automagically, boom, RIP infomercial, dude. Automagically, boom, RIP infomercial, dude. And sometimes I don't know what people mean. I try to. It's part of me thinking that I'm pretty stupid. I don't know what you mean. Logic on life support says, my plans all week were to watch the Snyder Cut tonight. What I'm watching right now instead shows the effect last night had on me. Should be watching like American Idol or something. 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser says, on Uche's comments, they're saying Zach said what he said because he wanted Geeks and Gamers logo removed, and they didn't do that. I still side with you and Ripa. Yeah, I feel like there was something underneath the surface. Like somebody dropped the ball there. Like that is a possibility. Because if you hear what Zach says, he's like, I thought we said that. That's kind of the impression that I got too. Dragon Hand says, Geeks and Gamers hands a check for over 60K to a cause deep to Zack Snyder's heart, and he says, let me say I'm not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers in any way. F that ID flip cables, love you. F that I flip cables. Love you, Uncle B. Love you too. Christopher Gordy says, good sir, I'll bet the farm is not one of the clowns that Cliff you could name one of the shooting victims. Typically, faux SJW outrage. Yeah, they don't care. I mean, they really are. SJWs are going to try to deplatform me this year. And whatever happens, happens, guys. You can't let it rule your life. You got to just do your work, and trust in God. Joe Catapano says, Star Wars may be compromised, but Star Circuit is made of pure passion and is here to fill that sci-fi hole in your heart. It's a CG sleeper hit, Star Circuit. Lando Brown says, I don't know, this clip is pretty problematic. I agree, yeah. Well, I'm problematic. I never said that I wasn't. I'm a very problematic individual. Someone's asking people to clean up after me. Ask Andrea. Wow. Jason Smooth says, check out Jeff's world-class bullshit of the current live stream thumbnail pic, LOL. Okay. Let's see what that's all about. Sure. Jeff Fix here. Well, I mean, all right, let's see here. I'll show you guys. I don't want to just keep everything to myself because you guys will be like, wait, what? What does it say? Here it is. We're not associated with Zack Snyder. Snyder Cut Worth It, the drinking stream, Simple Zack. So when I get off, you guys feel free to go over there and go watch Will Cut Culture, Simple Zack here. Should be good. Those guys are, I like the Will Cut Culture. Those guys, I haven't talked to Jeff in a while. Hope he's doing good. A lot of people are saying get the High Council back together. What are your thoughts on the LGBT Captain America? Says Donald Keller. Not much. It's a stunt, I don't know. It's kind of lame. That's the one thing that I would say is kind of lame. I think the LGBT community probably wanted Chris Evans Captain America to be gay. So that probably would have been better for them than the strange hillbilly homeless kid. Jennifer Grover says, I love you, Uncle E. Oh, thanks, Jennifer Grover. Truck says, yesterday you said you wanted to approach Mango. Was it a joke? You're considering it for real? Huge jump in style. Well, Truck, I'm going to hire a manga artist, a guy named Jose Garcia, to do it. I think the style looks like manga. And make a book. But it's not, it's going to be an accessory, an additional story to Cyberpunk. So you can read it, you don't have to read it. But I think it'll be fun to do. Steve Corona says PVC Cyberpunk equals $26 with shipping in the, oh my god, and it's for $26 Canadian. Oh yeah, I mean, shipping is a big problem.
Let's see what else.
Because it Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman is cool in the Snyder Cut. All that on it. She's her. They keep her theme song. They ramp up that guitar that fights into the tunnel. They keep it playing for her. They do shit for her throughout the movie. I can't believe that Wonder Woman 84 was what it was because it's almost an embarrassment how what Diana became, what she became. Because this movie sits and talks about, oh, I once loved somebody and this and that, and they completely glossed over the fact that she made that guy look like Trevor or Steve Trevor and assaulted him and all that stuff. Like they just because of what they have done with the characters after, this movie feels kind of raw. It's trying to fix things, but it's also broken things in the process from its release to this version. And DC's not it's the same. DC is not the same film production company or whatever you want to call it. DC doesn't make those same films. Warner Brothers has changed.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna
Going back and trying to change things or
end this stream. I do want to thank y'all for coming out. Don't forget tomorrow. This is gonna be part 2 of me finishing off Donatello. Like I said, I'm almost out of Crayolas because there's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying, with the greens and the yellows and the purples, but this is a much fun stream, and hopefully you all enjoy this. If you did, smash the like button, and if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget, tomorrow after I get off tutoring, I'm gonna jump on to this bad boy right here in part 2. So till then, this is DHO2 Productions, and y'all take care. See you tomorrow.